Good job. How did that feel?
Feels good.
Yeah, it felt like we were actually in the actual world.
You believed it. You believed yourself, right?
In theater and acting, you're going to have a role that you may be uncomfortable with, but you have to learn to adapt it.
Honestly, I'm just really happy to be a part of a group, a team.
We are in Grandma's house and scene.
Mama Crystal, it's Rita.
They came here to get a better life.
Every single teaching artist from Unusual Suspects that I've come into contact with, that I have had the pleasure of experiencing, have been a stepping stone in my life and in my journey. So I appreciate all of them. They were my support. At times when I needed it most, they were my support, and I will forever be grateful for them.
So I guess my character can refer to him as like Uncle Antonio?
Yes.
Well, I'm just grateful that we're all here.
Don't cry, Grandma.
Scene.
You're gonna make us all cry.
Now you're getting to come back and help other people on that journey.
What's going on?
You don't have to feel ashamed.
Just kiss. Thank you for that.
That doesn't sound good.
Happy to try to create, to write, to practice those skills.
Hi, Grandma.
Hello.
Hello.
I mean, my end goal is to turn this organization into one of the biggest theater companies in the world.
Envision what you see.
You know, people are at different levels at different ages.
You get to make it up. You guys get to make it up.
She's so grown to me.
In your scene.
No, I have a grown
Imagination.
niece. She's so smart.
It's God. Hey, sweetheart.
Ultimately, it gives people like myself the ability to express ourselves, to show people that we aren't monsters, or we aren't a number, or a convict, or formerly incarcerated. We're humans, and we're creatives, and we're equal.
Something that I'm looking forward to is finishing this story with you guys and getting the opportunity to tell a story that will connect with a vast audience.
I am not cheating.
Yes, you are. I saw you.
Hey. What's going on?
Jacob's cheating.
Scott's lying and saying that I'm cheating. I'm not cheating, and it's not my fault that Scott sucks.
You took an extra spot.
Okay. Whose turn was it?
His. And you rolled a 4.
No, I rolled a 5.
How about this? You go back to your spot and roll again.
Okay.
And Juanito, how are you doing?
There's no point in talking to him. He's shy.
It's okay to be shy. I was shy when I was his age. It was difficult trying to get one word out of me.
Well, how did you meet Grandpa then?
I didn't. He met me.
Really? Do you miss Grandpa?
Yeah, I do.
We miss him too, but it's okay, because now we can keep you company.
You want to hear about how I met him?
Yes.
Of course.
So, it was my second year of college, and I got invited to a party. I was shy, so I didn't know anyone. Then this nice, young, handsome man came up to me, and he held out his hand, and he said, "Would you like to dance?" I told him I didn't know how to dance, and he said, "Don't worry, I'll teach you. I'm a dance major." At the end of the night, he took me out to the backyard, and there was a gazebo. Fairy lights strung on the railings. And from the gazebo, you could see the entire city. You could even see Springtime Square from there.
Springtime Square.
Wow.
It was beautiful. And I've never seen a view like that before. And I remember only saying one thing while we were there. And that was the obvious, it's gorgeous. And then your grandfather took my hand and he said, like you. I didn't know how to react, so I ran away.
How did he find you?
Your grandfather went through hell and high water trying to figure out my name and what classes I took so he could finally ask me out properly. And when we graduated from college, he finally asked me to marry him. We took a honeymoon trip to Mexico. We love traveling. And that's when we adopted your mother. And then your father was a kid in the neighborhood who needed a home. And then Uncle Anthony was in Haiti. And after his mother passed away, we took him in too.
Well, usually I think lovey-dovey stuff is gross, but I don't think it's gross when it comes to you and Grandpa. You guys made our family super cool.
Grandma, I'm hungry.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to hear another story, but yeah, I'm tired of eating beans.
You're tired of beans? I thought they were your favorite meal.
No, they make me fart, and I'm tired of farting. Can we have cookies?
Sounds like a deal. So, you want another story. This was me back when I was 15 years old. I can tell you a story about that day.
Tell us. Tell us.
Jacob, can you go get the flour and the eggs? Don't drop them this time.
When I drop the eggs, it makes a big splat when it hits the ground.
Well, not this time.
Okay.
You like being 15 years old, Grandma?
Back then, people were very sheltered and closed-minded, and I was one of them.
What were you closed-minded about? What does that mean?
Closed-minded is when you're not open to new ideas or people. Sabrina, take a look at Jacob, for example. What about him is different from you?
He's stinky.
And he farts.
Closed-minded means you aren't able to find the similarities between people. Can you find the similarities between you?
Well, we're a family.
Yeah, and I'll do anything for them.
And we love you.
We have you in common.
And you make the best cookies, too.
Yeah, cookies.
Well, when I was 15, I didn't see the similarities in people. I only saw their differences. The school I went to, a very small portion of the students were students of color. I was taught to believe that because I was fair-skinned, I was better than everybody darker than me.
What happened on the day of the photo?
You see, I had a friend. She was one of the few black kids in our class. She was having her sweet 16th birthday party, and I was one of the only kids in the class invited. So I went, and I was surrounded by people darker than me. And I'm ashamed of the way I acted around them. Oh, I was quite rude. I thought it was okay for me to call them the names that I called them, and I practically humiliated her and everyone there on her birthday.
That's so mean, Grandma.
Yeah, that's not nice.
And that's why you're all good people.
Yeah, but isn't Uncle Anthony darker than you?
Yes, and I love him very much.
Then why don't you love her?
Like I said, sweetheart, I was a different person then, but I learned my lesson.
The cookies smell so good.
I'm glad I learned my lesson early on in life, but I think it's time we take out the cookies. Sabrina, Juanito, would you hand me the oven mitts?
I have the worst luck, honestly.
Yeah, and getting out of juvie and then being forced to stay at your house.
It's not even the worst part. It feels like I'm on house arrest, bro.
That's perfect. Just pretend you're on house arrest to deal with the quarantine.
Yeah, but you know how my dad likes to rub it in my face?
Well, that sucks.
Exactly.
Man, we have to do online school.
Well, at least you're still going to school. Bro, I haven't been able to catch up.
Oh, trust me, you do not want to be in a Zoom call with Miss Johnson.
I'd rather just be able to see people's faces, whether it's on technology or not.
Hey, you're seeing my face. Where's that attitude coming from?
You're my cousin, it's different.
I mean, are you doing okay though?
I mean, I guess. A couple of friends decided to stop by.
Ugh, how did that go?
Not so great. I mean, especially after the cops came and then stuff happens, bro.
Yeah, man. Man, all this stuff with the police has been intense as hell, even more intense than usual.
Right? Like earlier on this week with all those protests and stuff.
Exactly, man.
I mean, I'll say this much. I decided to go to one of them and they weren't joking.
Man, I stayed home. I wasn't trying to get arrested.
Yeah, you don't want to get arrested, trust me, especially now.
Exactly. The main reason they would want to arrest me, especially if I was at a protest, is...
I mean, I'm lucky that, like, I'm passing. I may come from a mixed family and background, but I'm passing.
Yeah. So, you're having trouble with life and stuff?
Duh. You know how things go in life. Just goes downhill for me.
Maybe I can help it go back uphill. I'll help you out catching up in school.
But didn't you say you didn't like it?
Well, I've been thinking I gotta get my mom to let me go to an HBCU.
Well, that's new.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. She'll barely let me.
Barely?
Barely, but it's a start.
At least it's a start. Removal from the white world mentality.
Yeah. But like I said, I could help you catch up and get you back up on your feet.
I'm already on my feet.
Oh, I thought I was the only one that was supposed to make bad jokes.
Hey, I can make jokes.
Yeah, and I prefer if you didn't.
What? You got a problem with me making jokes?
I do.
Oh.
But for real, I want to help you.
All right, I'll see you to it.
All right, then, it's settled. We're going to get your grades up. And you can't whine.
Trust me, you'll know when I'm about to whine.
Okay, I got you.
I have to finish this deadline by tomorrow.
Hey, Dad, are you still busy right now?
Yes, I'm very busy. Just please go to your room.
Okay. Don't get mad at me. You seem stressed. Is it because of your work?
Yes, I have to finish this by tomorrow. And now that your brother's back, it doesn't make things any easier.
It's okay, just take your time, but Dad, I get what you're saying, but why do you hate Jacob? I heard you yelling at him.
I don't hate him. It's just that him going to juvie really messed things up.
But he's my brother. He made a mistake. Don't hate him.
Look, I don't hate him. Tell you what, when he comes home, I'll apologize.
You just don't spend enough time with us, and it's not okay.
All right. When I'm done with work, I'll play the game with you. I love you very much. I don't hate you. I'll be out in 10 minutes, okay?
Okay, Dad. Love you.
Oh, hello.
Man, I am so done with school.
Why?
I have this teacher that just totally hates me.
Why is that?
I mean, for starters, she always seems to give me bad grades, even though I know I do a good job. And I get in trouble for every little thing I do in her class. She always picks on me for no reason.
Sounds similar to what I've seen growing up. As a kid, being in an all-white school, it meant that they had more than others. But see, I thought differently. I thought we were all the same. But unfortunately, others thought differently.
Oh. Grandma, do you really think that's why my teacher picks on me?
Well, she picks on you for no good reason.
Well, I am the only kid in my class who's not white. Since my mom didn't want me in a diverse school and my teacher is, again, white. But I don't know if that's why she's picking on me.
Your mother is ashamed to be herself because people made her feel that way. But I don't want you to feel that, ever. You shouldn't let that put you down. You show them that you are special and you are still a valuable person, just as you are.
Yeah, it's just sometimes it feels kind of hard not really having anyone around me that I can relate to since Jacob got locked up. And see, Grandma, I've been having this problem with my mom. I really want to go to an HBCU for college, learn more about my dad's side, my culture. And she says I can't go because it's not a good enough school. She wants me to go to a white school, whatever that means.
Yeah, she struggled a lot because she's Latina and was adopted into a less diverse neighborhood. She would get teased every day, dangerous situations, feeling harassed. Honestly, she could have been easily killed because there weren't any rights to defend people of color. Still aren't. She just wants you to be safe.
Grandma, how do I change my mom's mind? Ever since I was little, she's always had the mentality that even though our family is Hispanic and I'm Afro-Latino, we're somehow above everybody else. She thinks if she conforms and pretends, we'll be the exception to others' prejudice. I try to embrace all of who I am and encourage her to do the same, but she seems stuck in her ways.
It takes time. Remind her of the sacrifices she's made for herself and you, your existence. Hopefully, through you, she'll remember the pride and joy of embracing herself and her culture. You keep being strong and loving all of who you are, okay? It's powerful. And she'll have no choice but to let you be whoever you want to be.
How was your day, Juanito?
It was okay. I went to the circus, had some apples and bananas. You know? How was your day?
It was okay. I went job searching again.
Well, how did that go? I know you've been searching for a while.
Could have been better. I feel like I'm rejected before even walking through the door.
Is it because of what happened?
What do you mean?
Like you being incarcerated?
Sure, that's probably the reason. They see a teenager with tattoos and a history of bad activities. I mean, I guess you can't blame them for judging.
Yeah, that's rough. I can't imagine what that's like. Is there any way I could help you?
If you want to help me, just stay in school and keep your head up, you know? Learn from my mistakes. If I'm being honest with you, I'm getting frustrated because it feels like no one even wants to see me. It's just really discouraging, you know? Because I've worked so hard to get to where I am now, and it just feels like no one cares about the work that I've been putting in.
Is there anything specific someone said to you?
It's not what they said, it's what they didn't say. You don't always have to be vocal for people to tell the difference in a way that you're treating them. To put it plainly, they didn't want me there, and it hurt, but I guess that's kind of just what I have to get used to now. But you wouldn't understand. You're 15. These problems are a lot bigger than you are.
Well, I mean, I think I understand pretty good. Are you sure that I don't know how hard you're working to get these jobs? Maybe there's some sort of paperwork you still have to bring in or something.
I know I don't really talk about it to you, and if I'm being honest with you, it's because I'm ashamed. Here I am, and you're my little brother. You're doing much better than I ever was, and it's just hard to talk about it with you without feeling shameful about the decisions I've made.
Well, just know that when you don't have to feel ashamed. I mean, I'm here for you, and I don't feel ashamed of you. You're my brother, and just because you had a little trouble finding some jobs doesn't mean I don't want anything to do with you. And just because you're the oldest doesn't mean you have to be that much more successful. People are at different levels at different ages, you know?
Thanks for that. I really appreciate it. At least now, if I go out into the world, it's good to know I have a support system, even if it's just my little brother. I really do appreciate that. But enough with me. I want to make sure that you're still doing good and you don't end up going off on the same path that I did, which I don't think you will. But just know that I'm sorry I wasn't here before, but I'm here now. And I want to make sure that I can help you in any way that I can.
Well, I would ask to borrow some money, but I think I'll wait till you get a job.
Shut up. Here's a quarter. Happy?
Thank you.
You know Gerald, right? Well, he's throwing a dinner party. We thought we might discuss some ways to improve the business. He thought that with you being our boss and all, he thought that you would come along.
I think there's a slight problem with that though. Because since Gerald is. What is Gerald again?
He's black, Nigerian to be specific. But I don't see the problem with that.
I don't like him.
Okay, so does that mean you're becoming or
I'll go this time. He's just not my cup of tea.
how? Yes, you two are very different, but that doesn't make you any better than him.
I didn't say that.
I know you. I know I can't exactly change your mind, but you know what?
I'll see you at the dinner. I'll see you at the dinner.
Mom, you're not gonna believe what happened at school today.
What?
The other people in my class, they said something to me and it pissed me off a lot. Are you going to ask what they called me?
I was going to before you interrupted me.
They're making jokes. They were making jokes. And they called me ghetto. What do you mean,
Listen, why do you think I say to talk in public a certain way? And to be a certain way? To avoid that. But do you listen? No.
But Mom, it's my culture, it's who I am. I shouldn't have to hide who I am just so I can avoid getting called stuff by people around me. They should learn how to respect us. We shouldn't have to learn how to bow down to them.
They'll never learn. So it's best to just be like the rest.
Be like the rest? You mean be white?
I mean, in that context, sure.
No, that's stupid, Mom.
Okay, look, it may be stupid to you, but it's how I was able to survive. The way I've been able to have a job, to provide food, and even have a good house, a good car, and a good neighborhood.
You shouldn't have to do all that just to have a normal life.
You have to make sacrifices in your life in order to achieve things.
Sacrifices are supposed to be meaningful.
They are meaningful.
I mean a good meaningful. Listen, you're a very hardworking woman, but I'm just saying that we shouldn't have to make those sacrifices that you did. Instead, everyone else should just learn to treat us like normal people. We shouldn't have to take extra steps just to get to a goal that someone else can do in only a few steps.
Listen, I admire your very well-educated opinion, but that's just not how the world works.
Mom, It's not about how the world is, but it is about how the world could be. You have to make all these sacrifices for people that don't even care about us. You think we do all this and they say, wow, what a hard-working individual. No! They think, oh, this one's one of the good ones, Mom. That's what they think. I'm not going to change the way I talk, or the way I act, or the way I speak, or the way I dress. I'm going to get to my goal being myself and doing all the work everyone else is doing. Not anything extra unless it's a good extra. Not anything that has to do with the color in my skin. The work I want to go into shouldn't even have to do with my appearance or my background. For those white kids, it doesn't matter what their background is. They get the job. It only matters when it comes to me, and I don't want it to be like that anymore. So no, I'm not going to act more proper or whatever it is. I don't care what they call me, even if I get mad. I'll say something to them, but I'll always be the bigger person. So I'm going to get to my goal doing the same thing everyone else is doing, being the same respectable person that everyone else should be. I'm not going to be one of the good ones. I'm just going to be a good person. A good, hardworking person, period. That's it.
I admire your determination. I'll let you go, but I still think you should clean up your act a bit.
It's a start, I guess.
I can't believe you!
What did I do?
You acted in a completely unprofessional and disrespectful manner.
That was professional enough.
Was it calling Gerald and his family illegal aliens? That's professional in your eyes?
I was stating facts.
That is not facts. They are not illegal aliens. They came here to get a better life, and it doesn't make them any different or any less than we are. Don't forget, you don't come from the easiest beginning either.
Well, if they wanted a better life, they wouldn't be here stealing our jobs.
They have those jobs because they're just as qualified as any of us to do those jobs.
Any? I don't think so.
Okay, think of it this way. When you're hiring someone, do you want a capable person? Do you want a responsible person? Or do you want a hardworking person? Those are the three important things, correct?
As well as being American.
And what does that change? Their birth hospital? What's really the issue?
Things you wouldn't understand.
Things I wouldn't understand? What wouldn't I understand?
Things they can qualify for, like CEO and higher department, you know?
Well, I wasn't born here. Or did you forget? I work here too.
Whoa, you're my sister.
And if I wasn't adopted, as your sister, I would still qualify to work here. And so would Gerald.
Yes, but I don't see him that way.
Okay. Then how come Gerald got this job?
He was lucky.
Well, first of all, he turned in his paperwork and had enough things on his resume. If Gerald was white, would you say he was lucky? I don't think so. He got the job just the way any person gets a job. He was hired because he had the credits and the skills to do it. Okay, what I'm trying to say to you is, it means, would you say these things about me or your brother?
It's different.
How is it different?
He's our brother.
Our brother is black. So just because you grew up with him, that means you're going to treat him better? How do you think he would feel if he heard you saying all those things? How do you think he would feel if you called him an illegal alien? If Anthony didn't get adopted from Haiti, he might be in the same position. Did you ever think of that?
You're right. I'm stupid.
You might not be stupid, but your behavior certainly is.
I know, I apologize.
I don't think this apology is meant for me. I think it's meant for Gerald and his family.
Aren't they having financial trouble?
Yeah, that's why he got another job outside of the one he has in the company.
All right, I'm gonna throw Gerald another party. and send at least $5,000 to Gerald and his family as a way to apologize to them.
Okay, that's a start. And not just with money, but with your words as well. So next time you see him, let him know that you apologize. But don't expect that he'll forgive you on the spot.
I don't expect him to.
Okay, then it's a start. Mama Crystal, I'm so grateful that we can all still be together. I know we've been fractured over the years, and I know we had differences, but you know what? You always bring us back together, and for that, I'm always grateful.
Well, I'm grateful that you found some time to spend with me, even if it is under these circumstances.
I'm grateful you're here. I know we've been through some tough times, but we'll get through it.
It's just really great to know that you've helped me through some really tough times.
You really do bring this whole family together. You know, we really haven't talked or seen each other in such a long time. I guess it's because we've been too busy growing up.
Honestly, I don't think all of us would have ever been together if something like this didn't happen, but it's a shame that something had to happen to you for us to be together again like this.
I'm just glad to be with all of you too. Honey, come take the cookies out of the oven. We're just getting started.